That's got to be one of the scariest theme songs ever put with a movie.
I think that voice is pretty scary too, frankly. Yeah.
Hey, don't be scared.
We
Call
might need
us.
some holy water.
It's a
before the
radio
show's
voice,
over.
right?
Yeah.
Call us at 248-356-1270, 248-356-1270. Don't be afraid.
Well, when we left, we were talking about the busiest day of the year, and just the amount of water and the amount of consumption that you use on your plumbing system when you have a large party or a lot of people over, friends and family staying from out of town. And septic tanks, septic tanks can go a long time without ever needing to be pumped, and then you have a huge amount of people over, or someone moves in with you, well, that just taxes that septic tank and fills it up with water.
It's not unusual for your home, whether you have a septic or a regular sewer, and let's say there's a family of 4, the plumbing system could have some issues, but a family of 4's water consumption and normal everyday activity are not at the threshold of causing trouble. But then you have Aunt Gertrude over and all your cousins, and you're there for a party or for Thanksgiving. Suddenly now you've doubled or tripled the water usage flowing through the system, and now the problem shows up, and it almost always shows up on Thanksgiving.
One of the big things that the three of us go back and forth throughout the week is Wendy wants the latest and greatest of everything.
Yes.
And Wendy wants to put everything down her garbage disposal.
Yes.
And Steve's like, no, nothing goes down the garbage disposal. Well, we were going back and forth so much about it that we actually installed a I don't want to say top of the line, because garbage disposals really aren't that much money. So when we say top of the line, you're probably thinking thousands of dollars. Well, believe it or not, we're talking maybe $100 to $200 more than your basic model garbage disposal. You can get a top of the line garbage disposal. And when you put in the better garbage disposals, then you can put a lot more stuff down.
I want to put a whole chicken down it.
We did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
We
Let
actually,
the house vibrate.
We took carrots, we took celery, we took chicken bones, we took fruits, vegetables,
mashed potatoes,
rice, and we put them down each side, and just to show everyone.
No, let's make sure people understand when you say each side. He went to where I have 2 sinks, and he installed a second garbage disposal. So now 2 sinks, 2 garbage disposals with the same ingredients going down each of them.
Right, and we disconnected it from the plumbing system because there were things that you do not want to put down your garbage disposal.
Yeah, we had to go into buckets.
Yes, and we emptied those out and we separated them so everyone can see, okay, this is your basic model or your cost-effective model, and then this is the one that was just a little bit more money, where I'm sure if people knew that was an option, they would go with that option a lot more.
They absolutely would go with that option if it was given to them.
Right. But what we found is, pumpkin guts, rice, spaghetti, anything like that swells or is stringy, do not put down your garbage disposal, because that is why Thanksgiving or Black Friday is the busiest time of the year.
I don't think I would have believed it had I not seen it with my own eyes, because for so long my sweet dear husband, has been telling me not to put anything down the garbage disposal, that I got to the point that, well, then what good is a garbage disposal if I can't use it?
Right. And it's so good for the environment. I mean, can you imagine the carbon footprint that just throwing all that stuff in the garbage times millions and millions and millions of people? If we could use our garbage disposals and have them work effectively in the right way and put down the stuff that is biodegradable, we would save all of that.
Well, we do, Matt, but really we don't, because it ends up at the sewer treatment plant and those little particles get filtered out, and then that's when you hear about a sludge contract on television, because that sludge is the stuff that started in your kitchen along with other things and ended up in the landfill as sludge after it goes through the water treatment plant.
Right, but a light bulb just went off on my head, and if you combine a good garbage disposal with a drain maintenance treatment and add that little enzyme and bacteria to your drains, it's going to turn right back into water.
Now that's the ticket.
There you go.
And
okay, so now everybody's happy, right? I can put down what I want to put down if I put down DMT with it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, people should know that we're going to put some of these pictures up on the website, and you'll see them soon. You'll be able to go and take a look at that little test we did. And we did spaghetti, we did celery, we did rice, we did all kinds of things. And even the best of the best garbage disposal leaves a lot of solids that get washed down the drain. As those solids get further from the drain and there's less water, they will settle out. And when they dry out overnight, when there's not a lot of water moving through the pipe, they get hardened there. So you do need something to work on them all the time. And drain maintenance treatment definitely helps with that.
And if you're listening to this show and have an eggshell in your hand right now and thinking if you should put it down, give us a call and ask us, 248-356-1270. 248-356-1270.
And if you can't put it down or you can't call, do not put it down the drain.
Don't put it down.
Throw it in the trash.
Coffee grounds, everyone puts down the drains because it's small enough and they think it just flows out.
See, and I think it smells so good. That's why I do it.
Right, but coffee grounds are so heavy they'll sink to the bottom of the pipe, and it'll get 9 times out of 10 the jam is right at the P-trap because that's only 1.5 inch pipe. And believe it or not, a stalk of celery fills up that entire P-trap. It's unbelievable.
Is the P-trap that's kind of semicircle thing?
It looks like a J. If
Okay.
you look underneath your sink, you're going to see a J. And
Okay,
that's
let
what
me
we call a
tell
P-trap.
people what happened. He took my P-trap out. I didn't know it was a P-trap, but that's what he took out, and he handed it to me. My house is 3 years old. We were in the basement kitchen, which I don't use to cook. I use it, for drinks. And it was all gunky already. I couldn't believe what it had in it.
That soaps. Everyone is shocked when we talk about bathtubs plugging up or hair or soap scum or toothpaste. That is the stuff that really does gunk up. And that's what drain maintenance treatment is perfect for. It's all no different than a septic tank. I mean, the stuff that goes into a septic tank is all biodegradable. That turns right back into water and then gets fed out to an area of your property or your grass. That's why they always say the grass is always greener, and that's where you know where the field is, because it's getting water continuously. Well, that stuff all just needs to be, you need that bacteria, and that bacteria helps it turn back into water.
And with drain maintenance treatment, it's very, very easy to use. It comes in a packet, a little bit like cocoa. You cut the top off, mix it in some warm water. It's a powder. It's safer on your pets. They can eat it. Your kids can get into it. It can't hurt you. It can't hurt a plumber. It can't hurt anybody. Pour it in every single drain in the house, in the shower floor, in the sinks, in the kitchen, in the bathtub, everywhere. And it will go on working for virtually forever. And they're little tiny enzymes that are safe.
Well, back to the garbage disposal for a moment. I know a lot of you are probably carving your pumpkins today, getting ready for tomorrow. And I would tell you, based on what I saw, do not put the pumpkin guts, as we call them, into your plumbing or into your garbage disposal. Don't do it unless you want to see a guy dressed like a plumber at your door Halloween night.
Well, that is exactly what will happen, too, because the worst thing you can put down there are those heavy seeds and that stringy pulp, because that stuff will get in there and it'll dry out and you'll be done if it hardens. Because once it hardens, you have to get in almost mechanically and remove some of it.
And our plumbers don't look like plumbers, too, so you'll be very hard to pick those out on the Halloween.
Guys, end of another great show. Thanks for staying with us. The Plumbing Professor team and their family, we want to thank tremendously. We want to thank Roger, our audio engineer, and we want to thank Amy O'Rourke, who's going to work through Halloween so we can take your calls. Have a good time. You're on 1270 WXYT.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Attention all property owners. Get your paper and pencil ready for a very important number. Do you have a high deductible on your insurance policy? Not anymore. When you have fire, water, or storm damage, call the professionals at ISC Services. ISC offers a We Care program which will pay up to $5,000 of your deductible. That's right. ISC Services will cover up to $5,000 of your deductible when disaster strikes. Write this number down. 888-244-7337. Don't forget, that's 888-244-7337.